William Adams, 93, was born in slavery, with no opportunity for an education except 3 months in a public school. He has taught himself to read and to write. His lifelong ambition has been to become master of the supernatural powers which he believes to exist. He is now well known among Southwestern Negroes for his faith in the occult.
Yous want to know and talk about the power the people tells you I has. Well, sit down here, right there in that chair, before we starts. I get some ice water and then we can discuss the subject. I wants to explain it clearly so yous can understand. I was born a slave 93 years ago. So of course I remembers the war period. Like all the other slaves, I has no chance for education. 3 months am the total time I spent going to school. I teach myself to read and write. I was anxious to learn to read so I could study and find out about many things. That I has done.
There am lots of folks, and educated ones too. What says we'uns believes in superstition? Well, it's 'cause they don't understand. 'Member the Lord, in some of his ways, can be mysterious. The Bible says so. There am some things the Lord wants all folks to know, some things just the chosen few to know, and some things no one should know. Now just 'cause you don't know about some of the Lord's laws, tain't superstition if some other person understands and believes in sich. There is some born to sing, some born to preach, and some born to know the signs. There is some born under the power of the devil, pegs 5, and have the power to put injury and misery on people, and some born under the power of the Lord for to do good and overcome the evil power. Now, that produces two forces, like fire and water. The evil forces starts the fire, and I has the water force to put the fire out. How I larnt sich? Well, I's done larn it. It come to me. When the law gives sich power to a person, it just comes to him. It am 40 years ago now when I's first fully realized that I has the power. However, I's allus interested in the workings of the signs. When I's a little pickaninny, my mammy and other folks used to talk about the signs. I hears them talk about what happens to folks 'cause a spell was put on them. The old folks in them days knows more about the signs that the Lord uses to reveal his laws than the folks of today. It am also true of the colored folks in Africa, they native land. Some of the folks laughs at their beliefs and says it am superstition, but it am knowing how the Lord reveals his laws. Now, let me tell yous of something I seen. What I'm seen can't be doubted. It happens when I's a young man, and before I's realized that, I's one that am chosen for to show the power. A mule had cut his leg so bad that him bleeding to death, and they couldn't stop it. An old collude man lived near there that they turns to. He comes over and passes his hand over the cut. Before long the bleeding stop, and that's the power of the Lord working through that nigger. That's all it am. I knows about a woman that had lost her mind. The doctor say it was caused from a tumor in the head. They took an X-ray picture, but there's no tumor. They gives up and says it's a peculiar case. That woman was took to one, with the power of the good spirit, and he say it's a peculiar case for them that don't understand. This am a case of the evil spell. 2 days after, the Peak 6 woman have her mind back. There's lots of those kind of cases the ordinary person never hear about. Yous hear of the case the doctors can't understand, nor will they spawn to treatment. That am cause of the evil spell that am on the persons. About special persons being chosen for to show the power. Read your Bible. It says in the book of Mark 3rd chapter, and he ordained 12, that they should be with him, that he might send them forth to preach, and to have the power to heal the sick and to cast out devils. If it wasn't no evil in people, why does the Lord say, cast out sich? And in the 5th chapter of James, it further say, if any am sick, let him call the elders. Let them pray over him. The prayers of faith shall save him. There 'tis again faith, that am what counts. When I tells that I seen many persons given up to die, and then a man with the power comes and saves sick person, then it's not for people to say it am superstition to believe in the power. Don't forget, the agents of the devil have the power of evil. They can put misery of every kind on people. They can make trouble with the work and with the business, with the family and with the health. So folks must be on the watch all the time. Folks has business trouble because the evil power have control of them. They has the evil power cast out and save the business. There am a man in Waco that come to see me about that. He say to me everything he tried to do in the last 6 months turned out wrong. It starts with him losing his pocketbook with $50 in it. He buys a carload of hay, and it catch fire, and he lost all of it. He spends box 7,200 advertising the 3-day sale, and it begin to rain. So he lost money. It show him the evil power. Well, he say, that am the way it go. So I comes to you. I says to him, it's the evil power that have you control, and we shall cause it to be cast out. It's done, and he has no more trouble. You wants to know if persons with the power for good can be successful in casting out devils in all cases? Well, I answers that, yes and no. They can in every case if the affected person have the faith. If the party not have enough faith, then it am a failure. Wearing the coin for protection against the evil power? That am simple. Lots of folks wear sich and they uses mixtures that am sprinkled in the house and sich. That am a question of faith. If they has the true faith in sich, it works. Otherwise, it won't. Some folks won't think for a minute of going without lodestone or the salt and pepper mixture in the little sack, tied round they neck. Some wears the silver coin tied round they neck. All sich 'em for to keep away the effect of the evil power. When one have the faith in sick and they accidentally lose the charm, they show 'em miserable. An old darky that has faith in lodestone for the charm told me the experience he has in Atlanta once. He carrying the hod and the first thing he does him drop some brick on he foot. The next thing he foot slip as him starts up the ladder and him and the bricks drap to the ground. It am lucky for him it wasn't far. Just a sprained ankle and the boss sends him home for the day. He am sighted and gets on the streetcar, and when the conductor call for the fare, Rufus reaches for he money. He ate, but he lost it or forgets it at home. The conductor say he let him pay next time and asks where he live. Rufus tells him, and he say, why nigger, you is on the wrong car. That caused Rufus to walk further with the lame foot than if he started walking in the first place. He thinks there must be something wrong with the charm, and he look for it and it gone. Sure enough, it am lost. He think, here I sits all day, and I won't make another move till I gets the lodestone. When the chillin' comes from school, I sends them to the drugstore for some of the stone and gets fixed. Now, I's been waiting for that one about the black cat crossing the road, and sure enough, it come. Let me ask you one. How many people can you find that likes to have the black cat cross in front of 'em? That's right. No one likes that. Let this old colored person inform yous that it show the bad luck sign. It is sign of bad luck ahead, so turn back. Stop what you's doing. I's telling yous of two of many cases of failure that took warning from the black cat. I knows a man called Miller. His wife and him taking an auto ride, and the black cat crossed the road, and he cussed a little and goes on. Then it's not long till he turns the corner and his wife falls out of the car during the turn. When he goes back and picks her up, she am dead. Another fellow called Brown was a-riding horseback and a black cat crossed the path, but he drives on. Well, it's not long till him hoss stumble and throw him off. The fall breaks his leg, so take a warning. Don't overlook the black cat. Dat him a warning.